Welcome to the Kadar Has Kongre de Spor Mertzi Arena in Kayseri, Turkey. It's the second leg of the Women's EuroCup final. Kayseri Kaski trailed Dynamo Moscow by 5 after last week's first leg in Moscow. What a contrast. The first leg played in Moscow last week in a 5,000-seater stadium, and it was very, very quiet indeed. Possibly 500 fans there, but just look at the scenes here in Kayseri. This is absolutely packed out. 11,000 fans in Kayseri. They've come to see the team that lost last year in the final. They were runners-up to Dynamo Kursk. They lost by 9 on aggregate, but at the moment they trail by 5 against another Russian team, Dynamo Moscow. And to say they have home advantage in this second leg is indeed an understatement. An absolutely fabulous presentation. Laser beams, spotlights, flamethrowers even. And the crowd will be 100% behind the Turkish team, Kayseri Kaski. Well, Dynamo won the first leg 66-61, but the scores were tied after 3 periods, and Kayseri, to their credit, they limited the damage to 5 points in that 4th period. There are 3 referees. We have a French lady, someone from the Czech Republic, and a Finnish lady. The anticipation here is for Kayseri to try and make amends for that final loss last year. But Dynamo Moscow, winners of the EuroCup in 2007, want the trophy to go back to Moscow again. So it'll be Moscow in blue and Kayseri Kaski in white. If you're a basketball fan but haven't seen too many women's games, I can tell you that the only difference between men's basketball and women's basketball is the size of the ball with which they play. Men play with the customary size 7, which they've played with for just about the entire history of the game. But recently, or in recent years, the women decided to play with a size 6 ball. And the standard of play has increased dramatically since then. It's a little bit smaller, but it's considerably lighter. But that's the only difference between men's basketball and women's basketball. So here we go. Dynamo Moscow in blue. They're on defense. Kayseri win the first tap. And they trail by 5 on aggregate. And Kayseri get the first score. Zoe Dimitrakou. The place erupted when the number 20 for Kayseri got the first score of the game. And that's a good hustle from both teams, in fact, and the first foul of the game is against Dynamo Moscow's number 20, Kristi Toleva. There she is, attempting to take the charge. They've got there too late. And a key player for Dynamo Moscow, Kristi Toleva, has picked up the first foul of the game. Dimitrakou again. 15 is Lara Sanders, had a great game last week, and it's 4-0. Zoe Dimitrakou, dynamite start for her. All 4 points to her, and it's 4-0 Kayseri. Oh, the easy pass inside. Dynamo respond through Crystal Langhorn. 13 points and 13 rebounds last week for Langhorn. And that's knocked out of bounds by a player in white. Ilona Korstin Had a great start last week. Number 10 for Dynamo. Here's Tolliver. Baseline opens up and out of bounds, no score. The driving player put her foot on the line. Coach Vladimir Stam for Dynamo Moscow. Here we go. Put on the line from Svetlana Abrasimova. Well, the noise here in Kayseri is absolutely deafening, especially now as the layup drops in from Nuria Martinez. Only foul trouble for her last week, but no problems as yet. Kayseri by 4. Dynamo led by 9 after 1 period of play last week. And a long 2 reduces the arrears to just 2 points. Tatiana Vidmar had a good game last week. 10 points, most of those in clutch situations. And the driving player for Kayseri, Aisha Jones. 13.3 points a game. That's her average, and she excelled that last week with 18 points. And the foul against Kayseri there. No, it's against Dynamo Moscow. Actually, it was against Kayseri, holding foul inside. The commissioner just making sure exactly who got that foul. I think it was Zoe Dimitrikou. Yeah, there are different ways of signalling. 20. Out of bounds, Dynamo Moscow. Tolliver. Tolliver says she's used to playing in front of big crowds like this. There she is for the open jumper, and she misses it. And that came off the hands of Kayseri's number 9, Ivanthi Maltzi. Maltzi 17 points last week, 4 from 4 from the line. Dynamo will do well not to foul her, and the first, well, it's been given as a long 2 for Christy Tolliver, the fadeaway jumper. Maltzi loses the ball, good hands, and good hands back again, and Korsten retrieves the loose ball. And then Ilona Torsten gets the rebound. She got 3 or 4 of those in the first period last week. Here's Tolliver back to Torsten. Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Ilona Torsten, and it's tied up at 8. 8 points last week, and she's underway already this week. And the foul, the wraparound hand of Tatiana Vidmar. Aisha Jones causing all kinds of problems in that low post. Dimitrikou out of bounds. Martinez. Oh, lovely backdoor pass, and who touched it last? It was a Kayseri player. So after a frenetic start, Dynamo have got themselves back into the game. That's a great hustle. Almost a backcourt violation there by Dynamo. And that's good defense, denying the pass in the paint. And, well, that's a very optimistic pass. Not even a player with the long arms of Zoe Dimitrikou can catch that. Look at this hustle. Martinez and Svetlana Abrasimova, a great battle there. Crystal Langhorn on the high post. Vidmar goes inside and gets her own rebound. And the foul against Ivanti Moltsi, number 9 for Kayseri. Out of bounds, Dynamo Moscow with Ilona Korstin. Toliver under all kinds of pressure from Martinez. Well, Kayseri have gone cold since that dynamic start they had against Dynamo. Here's Toliver just inside the arc, and she gives Dynamo Moscow the lead. 4 points to Toliver. And all 4 points have come from the vicinity of that arc. And it's tied up again. Kayseri's 15, Lara Sanders, 11 points and 8 rebounds last week. There's not a seat to be had here in Kayseri. 11,000 fans have come to see this second leg of the EuroCup final. Oh, Torsten was just free momentarily. Toliver pulls up, misses the jump shot. Korstin the rebound, and the reverse layup is missed. That's great defense from Kayseri. Moltsi. Dimitrikou inside for nothing. Well, she hit her first 2 layups but missed that one. Langhorn gets a shot blocked, and it's rebounded by Aisha Jones. Martinez, well, almost had a layup there on the trail. Aisha Jones inside. Actually, Lara Sanders regains the lead for Kayseri. 4 points to Sanders now. Toliver pulls up, misses the jump shot again. Here's Dimitrikou. Greek international is so confident, and she's fouled. And the foul is Dynamo Moscow number 25, Svetlana Abrasimova. Substitutions, and Abrasimova comes out on that foul. And 14 for Dynamo Moscow comes in, Nadizhda Grisheva. Out of bounds, Kayseri. Martinez. Tough defense in there. Here's Moltsi. Moltsi pulls it up. That's her favorite spot. Well, she hit 2 jump shots from that same spot last week, and that's her first tonight to give Kayseri a 4-point lead. Ivanti Moltsi, 34 years of age now, but well, still a great player. And the rebound. Torsten gets the rebound again and ties, well, puts Dynamo within 2. Here's Moltsi again. Torsten seems to get so many loose balls. Well, the bounce pass hits the Kayseri player. Here's Torsten again on the end of the break, and she's fouled. And Ilona Korstin will go at the foul line. She's fouled by number 14, Nikki Anisuki. Ilona Korstin there. Korstin doing a great job of protecting the ball. Timeout with Kayseri leading by 2 on the night. Dynamo leading by 3 now on aggregate. We're watching highlights of the first period so far. Zoe Dimitrikou getting the first 4 points for Kayseri. Here she is again. Strong move to the hoop. And coach to Kayseri, Ayan Avci. also head coach of the Turkish under-18 women, will try and calm things down a little bit. Of course, he loves the intensity of his players. He loves the commitment, but they've got to think about this as well. Dynamo, a vastly experienced team with some really experienced international players, notably Ilona Korstin, Svetlana Abrasimova, Tatiana Vidmar. I was reading a tweet today from the former Russian national team coach Boris Sokolovsky. He has issued his best wishes to the new coach to the Russian national team, the Lithuanian Alfredas Vensauskas. And he thinks that Tatiana Vidmar is an important part of Russia's future. He also thinks that Svetlana Abrasimova and Ilona Korstin may be at the end of their illustrious careers. Well, perhaps internationally, but certainly at a club level, Mamzels Korstin and Abrasimova still an important part of the club scene in Russia. Here's Ilona Korstin on the foul line for 2 foul shots, the first foul shots of the game. No mistake with the first. This to tie things up. Well, that someone being Zoe Dimitrakou, in too early on that second foul shot. The rule's quite simple. Those 5 rebounders can enter the lane when the ball leaves the shooter's hand. The shooter, she has to wait until it hits the rim. But no danger there because Korstin hit both foul shots. So it's all square here in the second leg of the Women's EuroCup final. Dimitrakou, Moltzi on that spot again, pulls up for the jump shot, not this time. Korstin the rebound. And she hustles the ball down the floor so quickly. Kristi Toleva back to Korstin. Shot clock single figures. Shot clock 1. Oh! The shot clock buzzer beat the shooter. That was so close. I thought that was the first 3-pointer of the game. So too did Vladimir Stam. Well, the referee said no, she heard the sound before the ball left the shooter's hand. So it stays at 14 each. Martinez. Moltzi. Moltzi juggles it a little bit. Sanders inside. Off the glass and in. Kayseri regain the lead. Lara Sanders, a very athletic shooter. Perhaps the surprise package last week. Well, Korstin goes in for the reverse layup, misses it again, but the rebound grabbed, and it's back to a tie. It wasn't Korstin who scored that, it was indeed Tatiana Vidmar. Martinez pulls up for the jump shot, off the glass. I'm not sure she meant to hit the glass, but they all count. And Kayseri go back into the lead at 18-16. Here's Toleva. Remember, Dynamo lead from the first leg by 5. Toleva inside the arc again. Beautiful bounce pass, and it's tied again. Absolutely sublime assist there from Toleva into Crystal Langhorn. Dimitrakou goes inside, pulls up for the jumper, gets his shot blocked. That's why it fell so far short. Here's Toleva. Toleva way outside the arc, 35 seconds to go first period, and Toleva should go to the foul line. Kristi Toleva, a clutch player. That's what she was described as when she was at the University of Maryland. and she plays for the Los Angeles Sparks in the WNBA. It's the first for a 1-point Dynamo lead. And 11,000 fans groan when Kristi Toliver hits both foul shots. 5 coming in for Dynamo Moscow. Ekaterina Fedorenkova. Some pressure now from Dynamo. Trying to build on this 2-point lead that they have, but Kayseri break the press with consummate ease. Martinez. And the foul. Foul by the lady who's just come on. That's Ekaterina Fedorenkova. Only 19 years of old, Fedorenkova. Now with 19 seconds remaining in the first period, that foul puts Dynamo in the penalty. So the next time they foul, if indeed they do foul in these 19 seconds, there are 14 on the shot clock. Martinez, possibly looking for the foul. And she gets it. Smart play there from Martinez. It's a 2-shot foul. Well, the referee just being reminded that she looked at the table and the penalty marker is up. Well, Toliver had a very short break. She comes back in for the last 10 seconds of the first period. With Nuria Martinez from Spain on the foul line. No one's missed a foul shot yet in the game. Now they have. Dynamo lead by 1 with 8 seconds remaining in the first period. Toliver evades the press and pulls up for the 3. She misses it. And someone gets their hands on the rebound, but at the same time as the first period buzzer sounds. Dynamo Moscow lead Kayseri by 1 after 1 period of play, which equates to a 6-point lead on aggregate. $7,000 fans here in Kayseri having a great time in the final of the Women's EuroCup, the second leg. It's a 2-leg final, and they would dearly leave to see their team win by 6 or more. 6 would do. Then Dynamo, they can afford to lose by 4 or less, as we're watching highlights of the first period so far. We have equal leading scorers in the game. For Kayseri, Lara Sanders has 6 points and 1 rebound, and for Dynamo, Kristi Toliver, 6 points and 1 assist. There's Lara Turner inside. Kayseri do not want to be in the position they were in last year when they were runners-up in this competition. They lost to Kursk by 9 on aggregate. The disastrous second game in Russia. Disastrous for Kayseri, that is. The smiling Ilona Kostin there. Not so long ago, she was deemed the face of Russian women's basketball, and you can see why. So as Kayseri won the opening tap, it will be Dynamo Moscow to start the second period. As Lara Sanders, 6 points to her name so far. And here's Kristi Toliver. Vidmar for Langhorn. That's good passing from Dynamo. And that's good defense from Kayseri. Here they go on the break. Here's Ivanti Moltsi. Little fake dribble. And finds no one but an opponent inside. Toliver. Tolliver draws the foul expertly. Yeah, she wants Nuria Martinez loaded up on fouls. And that's how to start it. Lovely fake. And Martinez complaining there that she didn't initiate the contact, but you have to give credit to a very savvy player. Christy Tolliver increases the lead for Dynamo to 2. Dynamo now lead by 3 on the night. Always at that 5 that they won the first leg by last week in Moscow. Martinez to Moltzi, and Moltzi is fouled. Dynamo's number 5, Ekaterina Fedorenkova there. My mistake, number 8 is Tatiana Abrikozova. Try that again. And do it with herself. Dimitrikou has gone quiet since that opening explosive start. And she's fouled this time. Foul by Svetlana Abrosimova. That's Abrosimova's second foul. Abrosimova desperate to keep her hands out of the way, but she was unsuccessful in the attempt. Dimitrakou misses the first. But makes the second. 2 points to lead for Dynamo on the night. Great footwork from Langhorn, and she's strong enough to get the 2, the biggest lead of the night for Dynamo. Kayseri have led by 4, but now Dynamo, they've reversed that. Asher Jones inside. And that was deflected out of bounds by Tatiana Vidma. Referee just checking that the table is 100% okay. And they all nodded. Dimitrikou on the baseline. Nice pass inside, and easy 2 is squandered. Fabulous out of bounds play there from Kayseri, but didn't convert. Oh, lovely backdoor cut, and Tolliver pulls up and nails the jumper. The assist there from Crystal Langhorn. 10 points already to Tolliver out of the 26 that her team have scored, and the foul. Is that Vidma again? Or was it indeed number 8, Tatiana Abrikozova? No, it's Vidma. Number 8, Abrikozova there, trying to take one for the team. Been unsuccessful. Zoe Dimitrikou comes out before Kayseri. And Lara Sanders back in. Here's Ivanti Moltzi. Moltzi loses the ball, bounced it on her left thigh. Danger times for Kayseri after that dynamic start. They've, not capitalised upon it. There's the dribble. Well, he came off a leg twice. Langhorn is fouled. And the foul, Aisha Jones. I have no idea why she's looking at her coach. Coach can't do anything about it. There's the foul, little holding foul. Vidmar takes the 3. Oh, good hands. Martinez looks to pull up and waits for the cavalry to arrive. And that cavalry is in the form of Lara Sanders, who hits the jumper and is fouled. Wonderful play there from Nuria Martinez. Well, she knew that the transition defense of Dynamo was capable. 3 players from Dynamo had got back, so she waited and fouled, or rather found Lara Sanders, who was fouled. And she fails to make the three-point play. Vidmar the rebound. Korstin momentarily taken over at point guard, and now Tolliver relieves her of that duty. Tolliver inside, finds Vidmar, who misses the jumper. Well, terrific rebound there from Abrosimova. Here's Tolliver again, as coach Stam calls for the down play. Well, the noise from this 11,000 crowd is absolutely ear-splitting. And Jones gets the steal. Maltzy on the break for the reverse layup, and it's good. So the result for the margin back to 2. Terrific defense there from Kayseri. Here's Tolliver. Oh, Tolliver's hot tonight. FIBA TV interviewed Tolliver about her expectations in this game, and she was so confident, but so too Ivanti Maltzy. Whatever Tolliver can do, Maltzy has the response. And coach Stam wants a timeout. Maltzy's just hit that 3. There's the foul, and the 2 as well. And guess who? It's Christy Tolliver again. The foul, 14, is Nikki Anosiki. And I wonder whether Coach Stam has cancelled that timeout. He has indeed. With Christy Tolliver on the foul line for a bonus. The three-point play is completed, and it's a 4-point lead for Dynamo Moscow. Add 5 to that, they lead by 9 on aggregate. Oh, nice pass inside. Beautiful play there, very, very simple. Lara Sanders again. Here's Tolliver. Asugul Gune has come in, number 7 for Kayseri, to try and stop the flow of points from Christy Tolliver. Tatiana Vidmar into the corner, and there's a foul. There's the foul. Nikki Anosiki. Here's Tolliver. Lovely pass. That's a travel. Yep. Oh, Crystal Langhorn there knew what she was trying to do, but her brain didn't tell the feet. Good defense, Aisha Jones. Kept her hands out the way. Thought she'd committed a foul, but no, the referee said that's a travel. Gune at the point, relieving Martinez somewhat. Aisha Jones misses the 3, the rebound. Tolliver racking up the stats. Langhorn. Well, Langhorn not known as a threat from that distance. Here's Gune. Good hands from the coach. 13 for Dynamo Moscow is Irina Sokolovskaya. As Coach Avci issues instructions to his Greek international guard Ivanti Maltzy. Christy Tolliver coming out again. Well, Tolliver, 15 points so far. Almost half of her team's total. And we're halfway through the second period. Here's Maltzy. Nice little drop pass inside, but it was read by Korstin. Here's Korstin on the break. Waiting for the trailing players to arrive. They do that, and Tatyana Vidmar inside for a nice left-handed shot and a 4-point Dynamo Moscow lead. Gune. with Petrankova in close attention. Well, that's a very, very optimistic pass. Lara Sanders inside. No foul. Sanders looks perplexed. But you have to give credit to the defense. They kept their hands up in the air. Look at that. No foul there. Referee very, very close. And was not going to be guilty of calling a foul that wasn't there. Vidmar. Thorsten inside for the little layup, which misses. And Aisha Jones says, I'll have that rebound. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Desperate times really for Kayseri. They've got to make hay while Tolliver is on the bench. And they don't get the layup there. Thorsten waits for the trailing player, who kicks it out of bounds. Well, the trailing player there was Veronika Dorosheva. Couldn't quite handle Korsten's pass. Crowd enjoying themselves here, and why not? A final, the final of the Women's EuroCup. Timeout called by Kayseri coach Ayhan Avci. Watching highlights of the first half so far. Moltzi on the break. A reverse layup. With the leading scorer in the game, Kristi Tolliver. And she's getting a break at the moment as well. She's on 15 points. The only player by a mile to get to double figures. Timeout Kayseri. Can they get themselves back into this game with Kristi Tolliver of Dynamo Moscow on the bench? Then again, there's nothing stopping coach Vladimir Stam bringing Tolliver back in after this timeout. Kayseri the trail by 4 points on the night. Make that 9 on aggregate after last week's score of 66-61 to Dynamo. Still Tolliver on the bench. And reintroduced into the game for Kayseri, Zoe Dimitrikou, number 20. Here she is. Started the game in dynamic fashion, but has gone quiet since and almost lost the ball there. Martinez back in at the point for Kayseri. Aisha Jones inside on the fadeaway. Well, Lara Sanders flew in for the rebound, but jumped too early. Abrosimova inside, and there's the foul. The foul, Lara Sanders. It was a little fake, the fake shot and the pass inside that drew the foul. There's the fake from Abrosimova, and she found number 14 inside. That's Nadiza Grisheva. Grisheva misses the first foul shot. 2 points and 3 rebounds so far for the Dynamo number 14. But the second is good to increase the lead to 5. 5 points tonight, 5 points last week. You do the maths. Kayseri have to get something out of these last 3 minutes of the first half. Moltzi inside for the reverse layup. She misses it. And here go Dynamo on the break. A little spin move, and they lose the ball as well. And Dimitrikou somehow picks up the rubbish. And the foul. Not a breakaway foul. I think 10,500 people here out of the 11,000 wanted an unsportsmanlike foul. But let's see. You judge. There's Dimitrikou, and the foul. Was there an attempt for the ball? I suspect there was. That's why it wasn't called unsportsmanlike. Kristi Tolliver back in, as indeed is Crystal Langhorn. So sadly for Kayseri, they didn't make hay while Tolliver and Langthorne were on the bench. But it's a two-shot foul. Dimitrikou. Oh, she's 1 from 2 so far from the line. She hits the first this time. Two from 2 for Dimitrikou. What a poet, didn't you know it? Abrosimova at the point this time. Tolliver is waiting in the corner and didn't retrieve a bad pass. It wasn't Tolliver's mistake, it was Crystal Langhorne. A poor pass. And timeout called by Dynamo coach Vladimir Stam. With both teams in the penalty. Here's coach Ayhan Avci, coach of Kayseri. Remember, Kayseri lost in the final last year, the two-leg final against Kursk. Lost by 9 on aggregate. They do not want to lose on aggregate in 2012-13. But Dynamo, they want to win this competition for the second time. They won it back in 2007. Well, Dynamo are in this final thanks to a devastating score of 21-6 in the last 6 minutes of the second leg of the semi-final against Chevakata. And none other than Christy Tolliver was in the thick of that. She scored 28 points in that second leg of the semi-final. And she's well on her way to equaling that. She's halfway there, in fact over halfway there, 15 points tonight. The number 20 for Dynamo. And here's Avanthi Maltzi to Dimitrikou, two Greek players on the floor for Kayseri. And the rebound for Tatiana Vidmar. Here's Tolliver. Tolliver into Vidmar. Vidmar looking for the foul. And Crystal Langhorne picked up the rubbish on the boards and she was fouled. Crystal Langhorne, she too, 26 years of age, as indeed is Christy Tolliver, both from the University of Maryland. Langhorne played in the number 1 uniform when she was at Maryland, and that has since been retired. A great servant to the University of Maryland. 6 points so far, and she stays on 6. 4 points to lead for Dynamo. 2 minutes and a couple of seconds to go. First half. Is Martinez inside. Surely Jones scores. Yes, lovely pass there from Martinez into Aisha Jones, and it's back to a 2-point game. Aisha Jones, well, her first 2 of the night. That's amazing. Vidmar inside to nobody. And we have a 4-on-2 for Kayseri. Dimitrikou inside to tie things up. Fabulous fast break there from Kayseri. And that's why Vladimir Stam has said, that's enough, I'll talk things over again. Timeout Dynamo. Almost great hands there from Svetlana Abrasimova, but she couldn't quite get her fingertips on it. Kayseri had a 4-on-2, and they made the layup. 35 plays 35, 90 seconds to go in the first half. Celebration time in Kayseri because their team have responded to trailing by 5 on the night, by 10 on aggregate to tie things up. So they still have to make up those 5 points that they lost by last week, 61-66 in Moscow. But the momentum at the moment is with Kayseri. Tolliver still leading scorer in the game. The number 24, Dynamo's on 15 points. She's been on 15 points for quite some time now. Mind you, she has spent a long time on the bench. Little wink from the referee there to Coach Stamm, who told him, that's your second time out, Coach. You can't have any more in the first half. Out of bounds Dynamo with some pressure. And there's a foul. No, referee just talking to Abrasimova and Pinar Dimarok about a little altercation on the out-of-bounds play there. Abrasimova to Korstin. Tolliver. Crowd getting involved now. Or more involved, should I say. Here's Tolliver. Well, that's a bit of a forced shot there. And the rebound grabbed by Pinar Dimarok and given away. And the foul. It's an elbow foul. Martinez, well, she drew the foul superbly on Abrasimova, and that's her third foul. Let's have a look. Look at the elbow. Yeah, the elbow. An offensive foul. The non-dribbling hand. That's not a shooting foul because Dynamo were in control of the ball when Svetlana Abrasimova picked up her third foul. Now that's a problem for coach Vladimir Stamm, one of his starting players. Number 25, Svetlana Abrasimova, 32 years of age, on 3 fouls. Just making sure that the floor is playable. 66 seconds remaining, first half. And here's Nuria Martinez for Kayseri, who have an opportunity to take the lead, or retake the lead. Martinez goes inside and misses the layup. And that came off Ilona Korstin, so possession to Kayseri. Great offensive balls there from Aisha Jones. There's the shot from Martinez, rolled round and round and out. Korstin got her hands on the rebound, but couldn't keep possession. Great hustle from Aisha Jones. Dimitrikou. Martinez. The three-pointer from Ivanti Moltzi gives Kayseri a 3-point lead very, very late in the first half. Langhorn to Tolliver, who nearly loses it. Korstin, Langhorn, and the rebound. Well, great boards there from Tatiana Vidmar. She didn't get the original rebound, but then she grabbed the ball, and that's weak hands from one of the Kayseri players. 5 seconds to go, first half. The 3-pointer from Martinez is good. So Kayseri end the first half with the momentum. They're leading by 4, 41-37. Great recovery from Kayseri. And the knife is on the veritable knife edge. What a game we have. It's still anybody's game, as Vladimir Stamm is a little bit upset with one of the officials. But I've not seen anything contentious. These 3 ladies done a superb job so far. It's a 4-point lead for Kayseri Kaski at half-time, which means that the aggregate score, Dynamo Moscow are leading, but only by 1. Wow, what a game. 11,000 fans here in Kayseri having a great time. And it could get even better if Kayseri can extend their lead, which stands at 4 points at half-time. The EuroCup Women's Final, second leg, evenly poised.
Altı ay önce akıbeti belli olmayan Kayseri Kaski spor salonda kaybedilen kupa vardı. Ama Ulusal Başkan Mehmet Özaseki gelinen noktadan geriye dönüş olmadığını ta o zamandan söylemişti. Kulüp Başkanı Ender Batukan da son anda ellerinden kaçırdıkları kupayı Kayseri'ye getireceklerine inandıklarını söylemişti. Üzgünüz. Bu sene kupayı kaybettik. Ve Genel Menajer Ahmet Bozbey, final maçı sonrası katıldığı bir ödül töreninde teknik heyet ve sporcular adına bir gün o kupayı Kayseri'ye getireceklerinin sözünü vermişti. Avrupa ikincisi olmaktan dolayı özür dileyeceğim, hiç aklıma gelmezdi diyerek bu işin burada bitmediğini belirtmişti. Ve Mart 2013. Kaski yine finalde. Hem de Avrupa tarihinde EuroCup'ta 2 kez üst üste final oynayan tek takım ünvanını alarak 2 senedir bir önceki senenin şampiyonlarını saf dışı bırakarak finale adını yazdıran mavi beyazlılar bu kez daha hırslı, daha azimli. Zafere olan bu büyük inancı ortaya koyan Onursal Başkan Mehmet Özaseki başta olmak üzere Kulüp Başkanı Ender Batukan ve Yönetim Kurulu üyelerine, Genel Menajer Ahmet Bozbey ve kurmayları İdari Menajer Fikri Gençaslan ve Takım Menajeri İbrahim İbar'a, Teknik Ekip Baş Antrenörü Ayhan Avcı, Yardımcı Antrenör Ender Ünlü, Masör Atalay Özen'e ve başarının mimarları Pınar Demirok, Eşa Jones, Aysun Yararbaş, Ayşegül Günay, Begüm Dalgalar, Evina Mapsi, Tuğba Taşçı, Nuria Martinez, Niki Anuske, Esra Ural, Zoe Dimitrakov ve Lara Sanders'a bize bu gururu yaşattıkları için şimdiden sonsuz teşekkürler. Biz inanıyoruz. Bu kez olacak. Bu kez o kupa Kayseri'ye girecek. İsminiz tarihe altın harflerle yazılacak. Şampiyonluk için, kupa için, zafer yürüyüşü için. Haydi Kaski, haydi Kaski, haydi Kaski.
Welcome back to the Kadir Has Arena in Kayseri in central Turkey. It's the Women's EuroCup final. This is the second leg after last week's first leg in Moscow, which Dynamo Moscow beat Kayseri in 60-61. But the score at half-time here, Kayseri 41, Dynamo Moscow 37. And that equates to a 1-point lead for Dynamo on aggregate. 11,000 fans here at the Kadir Has Arena, and they have come to see Kayseri win the EuroCup for the first time after coming in as runners-up last year. But Dynamo, they want to win this competition for the second time. They won it way back in 2007. They had control of the first half until the last 30 seconds or so. Christy Tolliver, their number 20, their all-star American guard, 15 points, but she got those 15 well before half-time. In fact, I think about 2 or 3 minutes into the second period. She had an extended break on the bench in no foul trouble at all. She's only picked up one. That was picked up very early in the game. But for Kayseri, number 9, Ivanti Moltzi, their first player to hit double figures, 10 points after scoring 19 last week. Nuri Martinez, 8 points, and Zoe Dimitrikou, 9 points. So Dimitrikou inbounds, and Kayseri have first touch of the ball in the second half. They lead by 4. They trail by 1 on aggregate. Always remember those 5 points from last week. And Kayseri take the lead on aggregate. They lead here by 6 with the turnaround jump from Aisha Jones. Dynamo up against it now with Tolliver inside, and the aggregate score goes back, or the lead goes back to Dynamo. Lovely pass there from Christy Tolliver. And Crystal Langhorn strong enough to score off the glass and get a bonus. Well, that should tick up to 39, make it 40. 43 plays 40. Nuri Martinez at the point for Kayseri. It's a true basketball town, Kayseri. And somehow Tatiana Vidmar grabbed the rebound. Here's Christy Tolliver. Lovely bounce pass inside. She's a superb passer of the ball. Tolliver. And the foul. Well, the players wrestling in there for the ball, but Lara Sanders, she picks up the foul. Here's that tussle. Referee could have called that a held ball, but waited. And Crystal Langhorn on the foul line again. Oh, she hits the first. 8 points now to Langhorn. Only 10 points last week. Still not yet in double figures this week. 8 points to Langhorn. You can expect the tension to build and possibly burst in the latter stages of the game. Dimitrikou inside, pulls up for the jumper. And the rebound drops into the hands of Brasimova. Now that's knocked out of bounds, but by a Kayseri fingertip. And Ilona Korstin to inbound for Dynamo. You have to say that's explicit eye contact there from Ilona Korstin. He goes to the hoop and gets the ball knocked out of bounds. Looks disappointed that there was no foul called. And that's an illegal screen. Now, who's that against? Well, it's against one of the Dynamo Moscow players without the clock starting. Look at the tension on the faces of the fans near the court there. Dynamo Moscow lead by 3 on aggregates. Kayseri by 2 on the night. Almost a steal there. Martinez steps through the trap. Dimitrikou for 3. Misses the 3. And the rebound grabbed by Martinez. It clipped the rim. It's a new shot clock, but Kayseri give the ball away. Korstin. Tolliver from downtown. And the rebound. Well, the rebound, Aisha Jones, she got the rebound there, but I suspect she had just levered an opponent away. And she picks up the foul. Out of bounds, Dynamo. Let's see that foul. There it is, little push. Yeah, that's why Crystal Langhorne ended almost on a backside. Out of bounds, Dynamo. Tolliver. Abrasimova misses the 3 and the rebound, Martinez. Tolliver almost stole it there. Dimitriou, she's missed 1-3. She's got that little fake, nice pass inside and the foul. Abrasimova, that's 4 fouls. And she looks up at the scoreboard to see, disappointingly, well, it was a 3 in the first half. That has to be 4. Unless, of course, our caption maker is wrong. She thought she got all ball. Laura Sanders said, no, you got my arm. Laura Sanders, 10 points, 2 rebounds. She misses the first. Dynamo out-rebounded Kayseri, would you believe, 22-10 in the first half. And yet Kayseri were leading by 4 at half-time. And now Kayseri lead by 3, very early in the second half. Here's Tolliver. Tolliver with nowhere to pass to, really. Nice bounce pass inside, great hands, great steal. Laura Sanders there. I think she's okay. She picks herself up. Martinez pulls up for the... And she is 2 fouls, Krasheva. Number 14. Great boards there from Aisha Jones. Out of bounds, Kayseri. Here's Jones. Martinez. Dimitrikou. Nice bounce pass inside. Jones on the turnaround, off the glass. Now, 46 plays 41. We have an aggregate score that is tied. Of course, if Kayseri are leading by 5 at the end of the game, that means overtime at the end of regulation, that is. Here's Tolliver. Can't get the ball inside. Langhorne just inside the arc. And the easy rebound for Martinez. That's not Crystal Langhorne's range by any means. Beautiful pass. Dimitrikou inside. Beautiful pass, Martinez. And Dimitrikou lays it up for her 11th point. Now Kayseri have the lead on aggregate. The strength of Zoe Dimitrikou there. That's an absolutely delicious pass along the baseline. And look at the Kayseri players punching the air. And the flag wavers have woken up. Timeout, Dynamo Moscow, who trail by 7 on the night and trail by 2 on aggregate. What a beautiful pass. Now, what can coach Vladimir Stam conjure up here? Dynamo have led by 5 on the night, which equates to a 10-point aggregate lead, but now they trail by 7 on the night. They trail by 2 on aggregate. All Kayseri have to do is win by... And whoever is selling the flags in this lovely city of Kayseri is doing a roaring trade tonight. There are 11,000 fans here. at the Kadir Has Arena, and I reckon about a third of them have got a flag. A big flag at that. Now, Dynamo Moscow after that timeout. What can they do? Martinez doing a good job denying Tolliver the ball. Tolliver goes baseline and she's fouled. Martinez upset with herself there. She just lost Tolliver for pace along that baseline. That was a lovely backdoor pass. And Tolliver caught and was denied the rebound, or denied the layup, by a foul. A good foul, you have to say. But Tolliver is a superb foul shooter. Martinez, her second foul, and here's Christy Tolliver, who's not had it to those 15 points since very early in the second period. Christy Tolliver makes her personal tally, 16. The 1.70 m, 26-year-old Christy Tolliver from the University of Maryland. 2 from 2 to tie things up on aggregates. Here's Martinez. A wonderful example of women's basketball here in Kayseri as Lara Sanders goes inside and gets the easy layup. It's back to a 7-point Kayseri lead now. Sanders, 13 points. The lane opened up there, and there was no help defense. Here's Tolliver. Oh, that's good defense from Maltzy. But Lara Sanders can't quite chase down the loose ball. So Dynamo with possession that they didn't really expect. They set an illegal pick last time they were in this situation. Oh, that's a terrific rebound from Martinez. Out-rebounding a player much taller than her. 5.5 to go, third period still, an age to go in basketball terms. Who's going to crack first? Maltzy finds Aisha Jones inside, and the rebound grabbed by Dynamo's Irina Sokolovskaya. Here's Tolliver. Tolliver pulls up, and the battle on those boards is intense, and Dimitrikou is fouled by Tatiana Vidmar. The commitment of both teams there was astounding. There must have been 7 players rebounding that. Zoe Dimitrikou got it, and she also was fouled. Ivanti Maltzy will inbound. And Martinez will try and get free. And here's Dimitrikou. Maltzy directing the play. Dimitrikou inside. Oh my goodness me, Zoe Dimitrikou falling over, off balance, fading sideways, hits the score. It's a 9-point Kayseri lead. Crystal Langhorn. Oh, the 3 in and out. And it's Aisha Jones on the rebound. And Dynamo do not have Tolliver on the floor at the moment. Oh, Dimitrikou almost got the back door there, and the foul, the reach-in foul. Martinez lands on her backside. And Ekaterina Fedorenkova reaches in and fouls. Pretty unceremonious foul as well. How she can argue with that, I have no idea. But Dynamo are in the penalty now. And Martinez on the foul line for 2 foul shots. Kayseri lead by 9, which equates to a 4-point aggregate lead. Oh, he dropped in. It's a 10-point lead on the night. Cast your minds back 1 week when Dynamo led by 9 after 1 period of play, but Kayseri, they hung on in there, and now they lead by 11 on the night here, by 6 on aggregates. Number 10 for Kayseri, Kaski wants to get in for some couple of minutes on the floor. Dynamo have their backs to the wall. And coach Vladimir Stam is thinking hard. Still no Tolliver on the floor for Dynamo. And there's a foul, well, 3 referees saw the foul. And they all saw the same foul. Now that is very, very good officiating. Calming things down there. Very efficient communication to the table, and a little smile as well, just to take the heat out of the problem. So because Kayseri are also in the penalty, Crystal Langhorn 2 foul shots. And again, the referee says to the coach and the bench, just calm down, just sit down. Let the referees handle it. They're doing a good job. 11 points the lead for Kayseri, after coming into the game trailing on aggregate by 5. Ilona Korstin receives instructions from coach Vladimir Stam. Crystal Langhorn waits patiently on the foul line. Langhorn on 11 points. And Korstin issues the instructions that she just received from coach Stam. First misses. Just over 4 minutes to go, 3rd period. Dynamo have to hang on in here. Well, she hits the second to reduce the arrears to 10 on the night. And the aggregate arrears by 5, or 2-5. Martinez, little change of direction. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. And Lara Sanders lays it up. Biggest lead of the night so far is 12. That's a very difficult pass to make. And the foul. No, it's a travel call. No foul. The defenders kept their hands up in the air. And Crystal Langhorn, she travelled. That was a very difficult pass from the point guard into that low post. Look at that, no foul. Hands up in the air, no foul. Tolliver back on, number 20 for Dynamo. Here's Martinez running the show at the moment for Kayseri. Maltzy. Back to Martinez. Maltzy inside for the layup, and she misses it, and Aisha Jones grabs the rebound for a new shot clock. The foul, Crystal Langhorn. And it's a 2-shot foul for Kayseri. Langhorn, her first. That's a great fake from Zoe Dimitrikou. The lady on the foul line, the Greek international Zoe Dimitrikou, she has a wonderful first step. And she misses the first foul shot. The groans from the crowd. But Kayseri still lead by 12 on the night. Dimitrikou has 13 points. Make that staying at 13. Under 3.5 to go, 3rd period. Here's Christy Tolliver. Leading scorer in the game on 17 points. But 15 of those were in the first 13 minutes or so. Korstin goes baseline. Fails to step out of bounds. And, well, Zoe Dimitrikou, she's everywhere. And the great fast break. And the foul. And it's been called unsportsmanlike. Well, that's a very, very aggressive foul. Not exactly a breakaway foul, but it was on the end of the fast break. And the referees interpreted that as a poor attempt for the ball. And the unsportsmanlike foul was called. A wonderful fast break from Kayseri, and Crystal Langhorn, well, I cast my mind back to the Russian national team, the World Championships in the Czech Republic a couple of years ago. They committed a foul like that. They denied it was unsportsmanlike. The referee disagreed. Apparently that's not called unsportsmanlike in the WNBA. I have no idea why. Well, sadly for Kayseri, Nikki Anisiki can't take advantage of both foul shots, but it's possession to Kayseri. Coach has taken Langhorn out just to calm her down. And the foul, another foul, this time it's Tatiana Vidmer, I think, number 4, yep, looking bemused. Watch that left knee, that's where the foul is, yep. So Nikki Anisiki, well, she's missed 3 in a row now. I wonder whether that will come back to haunt her. Under 3 minutes to go, third period. And at last she hits a foul shot for a 13-point lead. And the Kayseri bench urging 11,000 fans to get behind them. Not that they need any encouragement. Aprosimova inbounds and some pressure now from Kayseri. Korstin given the duty of point guard. Korstin to Langhorn. Langhorn inside. She's fouled by Anisiki. In fact, she is Nadizhda Grisheva. She's fouled by Anisiki. Nice pass from Langhorn. Almost good denial defense from Anisiki. The facial expressions are wonderful. Well, Dynamo Moscow, they too frozen on the foul line. Nadizhda Grisheva. Oh, she hits the second, so 57 plays 45. Just over 2.5 minutes to go, third period, and no pressure here from Dynamo. As Ezekiel Gunay at the point for Kayseri. Dimitrakou inside. Misses the jumper. Korstin. Vidmar, well, she shot and followed a shot. In fact, it was Grisheva again. So the margin back to 10. Dynamo in some kind of a zone here. They're saying to Kayseri, you've got to shoot from the outside. And they're somewhat reluctant to do so. But the 2 points from Ivanti Boltmoltsi makes it a 12-point lead again. Tolliver looking to draw the foul from Gunay. Here's Tolliver. Just over 1.5 minutes to go in the third period. Tolliver fires up and misses. And Moltsi got a hand on the rebound, but so too did Grisheva. Oh, that's wonderful play by Dimitrakou. And the fast break is good for Kayseri, Pinard Dimarok. And now it's a 14-point lead on the night. Aprosimova inside. The response is immediate from Grisheva. The 12-point lead with 1 minute to go in the third period. The third period has definitely belonged to Kayseri, but Dynamo, such an experienced team, some wonderful Russian internationals in there, a couple of good Americans as well. Gunnar into the corner, Moltsi. Well, Moltsi throws the ball away, looking for the foul perhaps. Dynamo players now trying to get their players motivated, not that they need any encouragement. Well, coach Vladimir Stam there, looking as though he's going to need a good night's rest after this. Here's Tolliver. Tolliver from way downtown. And the rebound grabbed eventually by Korstin. New shot clock. I think there's 2 seconds differential between game and shot clock at the end of the third. Here's Tolliver looking to make something of these last few seconds in the third period. The game clock reads 10. Tolliver goes inside and finds Gusheva. A lovely pass and a lovely two as well. It's back to a 10-point game. That's it at the end of the third period. Wonderful pass there from Kristi Tolliver. And Nadezhda Gusheva has the last score of the third period. So it's a 10-point lead for Kayseri after 3 periods of play. And that means that Kayseri are leading by 5 on aggregate. We're watching highlights of the first 3 periods of the Women's EuroCup final. Second leg here in Kayseri, in Turkey, central Turkey. About an hour's flight from Istanbul. Or if you're particularly masochistic, it's a 12-hour drive. Great commitment from both teams. Kayseri from Turkey, Dynamo Moscow from Russia. Kayseri established a 4-point lead at half-time in a dynamic last minute of the first half. They have actually led by 14 on the night, but Dynamo, they're staying in the game, staying in the hunt for their second ever EuroCup. As one of their most experienced players, Ilona Korstin, number 10, tries to convince them that they're still in with a chance of their second EuroCup. For Kayseri, if they were to win it, it would be their first. They lost last year in the final against another Russian team, Kursk. So Dynamo will have possession at the beginning of the fourth period. If Kayseri are leading by 5 after regulation, then we have overtime. But at the moment, that's not in the equation. Crystal Langhorn. Sheva, back to Tolliver, and that's an illegal screen, I think. Well, one referee has called a defensive foul. No, the clock was ticking up. No foul called. Yeah, the clock has to tick down in basketball, not up. I'm not sure what's going to happen here, whether we're going to have a restart. Now the referee now has to look at the shot clock. And what you'll see there is that 14 seconds have expired. Amigo Racal, the man orchestrating the crowd there. No, the game restarts with 8 gone on the shot clock. Easy mistake to make. Someone pressed the wrong button on the clock. We're all human in this great game of basketball. Gusheva to Tolliver. Tolliver hits the 3. 61 plays 54. Now it's only a 2-point lead on aggregate for Kayseri. Well, she's been described as a clutch player when she was at the University of Maryland. Oh, inside Dimitrikou! The pass from Martinez. Someone went to sleep on the Dynamo defense, and the lead back to 9. And Dimitrikou, who else, gets the rebound. 15 points now to the Greek player Zoe Dimitrikou. Here she is. She hasn't got a 3-point threat. She hasn't got a passing threat either. It's an awful pass. Decides to slow down and play things in the half court. Here's Tolliver with that 3-pointer. Tolliver defended by Maltzy. Langhorn offers a pick. And then receives the ball inside. That's a great hustle. Aisha Jones hustles. And there's the shot clock violation. Wonderful hustling by Kayseri. so many players prepared to throw their bodies on the floor, and that's what Nuria Martinez did there, and indeed Aisha Jones. Ilona Korstin in the thick of it, but the shot clock had expired. Well, the crowd have been involved in this game from the very first second. 11,000 fans here at the Kadir Has Arena in this beautiful city of Kayseri in mid-Turkey. 9 points the lead on the night for Kayseri, which means they lead by 4 on aggregate. Martinez into Jones. Good hands, Crystal Langhorn. And Crystal Langhorn, well, I think she could have possibly stopped that ball going out of bounds, but she thought that Aisha Jones of Kayseri had touched it last. Moltzi. Dimitrikou. And the rebound by Abrasimova. Dittmer, the bounce pass into Tolliver. Tolliver misses, and the rebound, Aisha Jones. Nuria Martinez. Well, I said that Dimitrikou hasn't really got a threat from three-point range. She thinks she has, but I think that's her third miss. Langhorn can't go past Jones. Tolliver confronted by Martinez. The bounce pass into Vidmar, and it's a two-pointer. 63 plays 56. 7 points on the night, only 2 on aggregate for Kayseri. Vidmar's 8th point. She got 10 last week. Oh, the easy 2 again, Lara Sanders. Whenever Dynamo get themselves back in the game, they seem to turn off on defense. They trail here by 9 on the night. 7 to go in regulation. Abrasimova defended by Dimitrikou. The reverse layup is good. Great move there. Dimitrikou was determined not to foul. Well, that's why coaches go grey. In games like this, it's a 7-point lead for Kayseri on the night, which means that Kayseri lead by 2 over the 2 legs. Here's Abrasimova going baseline, and a nice little left-handed layup. That's why players practice the Mikon drill day after day. Crowd gone silent, waiting for the climax of this wonderful competition. As coach Ayhan Abchi just wants to check that his players know all about this 5-point aggregate deficit that they face coming into this game. I'm sure they don't need any reminding. Well, whoever wins this EuroCup, you have to say it's been a wonderful example of women's basketball. And remember, the Women's EuroLeague last 8 starts next week. You can see that on FIBA TV. The Kayseri timeout is over. And Abrasimova and Vidmar there, 2 Russian national team players. Vidmar seems to be one of the players of the future for Russia. Abrasimova, she's had a great career. Aisha Jones pulls up and misses the 2, and the rebound Vidmar, and she's fouled by Jones. Well, that was a very hesitant jump shot from Aisha Jones. She had a lot of time. She's only hit 6 points tonight, grabbed 5 rebounds after 18 points last week, but still plenty of time to add to those 6. Now, if Dynamo score a 2 here, then we have a tie on aggregate. Oh, great hands, Martinez, and the foul. Yeah, Vidmar there reached in and got a smack in the mouth for her pains. And she's saying to the official, that flailing hand hit me in the teeth. Yeah, there's blood there, I think. Wonder what the dentists are like in Moscow. Well, it was her own fault. Yeah, she reached in. And it was the shoulder of Martinez. So it's a 7-point lead for Kayseri on the night. But remember to take those 5 points off that they lost by last week. Moltzi backs up. Martinez trying to get the ball into. There's a foul, yeah. And Isoki passes, but she was fouled by Crystal Langhorn. Crystal Langhorn, her third. And we have the Kayseri wave. 6 minutes to go. It's still anybody's competition, anybody's final. Dimitrikou inside to Lara Sanders. Lara Sanders hits her 19th point. The lead back to 9 on the night. Here's Tolliver. Korstin hesitates. Nowhere to go. Vidmar, wow, what a hook shot. A running hook shot from a great player there. Tatiana Vidmar. My mistake, it was actually Grasheva, number 14. Moltzi into the corner, the no-look pass. Martinez into Sanders, who, well, there's a lot of contact with the foot there. 67 plays 60, 7 points on the night. The lead for Kayseri, but only 2 on aggregate. Is that play? Now, if that's a deliberate kick, then it should be Dynamo Moscow ball, but it was deemed to be accidental. Who touched the ball last? A Dynamo Moscow player. Lara Sanders to inbound. Miki Anasiki waits for a possible pass from Lara Sanders. Aisha Jones misses the jumper. Oh, the rebound. Anasiki was let in there, and she lost the ball. Terrific hustle from Nikki Anasiki from the University of Tennessee, but she couldn't keep her hands on the ball. Tried to fend it off, and that's a good reach in there by Naziza Grasheva. Well, we're in the second half of the 4th period here in Kayseri, the second leg of the Women's EuroCup, the final. Aprosimova inside. It's frantic in there. Grasheva on the hook shot, and the rebound is Aisha Jones, who decides to play point guard momentarily. Here's Jones again. That's a very speculative pass. No way could Lara Sanders get that. Aprosimova. Korstin to miss, and the rebound, and it's tied on aggregate. 67 plays 60. But remember those 5 points that Dynamo won by last week. Under 4 minutes to go. Everyone looking up at that scoreboard and doing the maths. Here's Moltzi for 3. No good. But, well, the rebound was chased down, and it is Kayseri possession. The nerves here in Kayseri are what's commonly known as shredded. The fans, they've gone very quiet. It's all square on aggregate with 3:47 to go in regulation. Timeout Kayseri. Well, at one stage, I think the biggest lead they had was 14 on the night. But now they lead only by 5 on the night. Kristi Tolliver, 20 points to the number 20 for Dynamo. 19 points for the number 15 for Kayseri, Lara Sanders. As coach Vladimir Stam, 58 years of age, and I bet he feels a lot older than that tonight. Remember that Dynamo Moscow led by 9 in the first period last week in Moscow. A good fight back from Kayseri. It was all tied up after 3 periods. And then a 5-point surge for Dynamo meant the final score last week 66-61. So 5 points last week, 5 points this week, but still 3:47 to go in the fourth. Of course, if Kayseri are leading by 5 at the end of 40 minutes, then we will have the dreaded overtime. 11,000 fans here at Kayseri, absolutely gripped. As indeed I expect our viewers on FIBA TV are as well. Here's Maltzy. Aisha Jones misses the jumper, and the rebound drops into the hands of Christy Tolliver. Tolliver loses the ball. Oh, it's mayhem out there. Oh, great hustle from both teams, and the foul. A holding foul. Here's that loss. Great defense from Martinez. She thought she had an easy pass there. Laura Sanders grabs it. And then Laura Sanders, well, after the loose ball, but unfortunately for her, she grabbed an opponent's arm. Christy Tolliver, number 20, on 20 points. Looking to increase that. Shot clock single figures. Tolliver downtown, misses the 3. The rebound, an easy rebound for Ivanti Maltzy. 3 minutes to go. Maltzy to Sanders. Martinez into Jones. Maltzy inside for 2. Great pass from Aisha Jones and a great cut from Ivanti Maltzy. The aggregate lead now for Kayseri back to 2. And the 3-pointer. And now Dynamo lead by 1 on aggregate. It's a 4-point lead for Kayseri, but they trail by 1 on aggregate. The first time they've been behind on aggregate for a long time. Maltzy, bounce pass in to Jones. Sanders, it's a 1. The travel called. No score from Sanders. It's back to a 1-point Dynamo lead on aggregate. Great pass in there from Maltzy to Sanders, but she travelled, Sanders. She did not increase her personal tally from 19. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. The travel called. The fans can't believe it. Dynamo lead by 1 on aggregate. And they know that as well. Tolliver was inside momentarily. Abrosimova. Langhorn sets a pick. Oh, the steal, not quite from Maltzy. Under 2 minutes to go now in regulation. Shot clock very low for Dynamo. And the steal, Maltzy, she read that. Here's Martinez. Jones inside, loses it. Abrosimova at the break. Korstin. And the rebound, Maltzy. Maltzy is everywhere at the moment. Martinez, minute and a half to go in regulation. Jones. Dimitrikou goes inside, pulls up for the jumper, and hits! It's back to a 1-point lead now for Kayseri on aggregate. They lead by 6 on the night. Well, I make Dimitrikou more than 17 points, but that's what the official stats say. She's had a great game, started off superbly. Tolliver inside for nothing, and the rebound, Laura Sanders. No outlet pass there. A minute to go in regulation. Kayseri lead by 1 on aggregate. Martinez inside. They now lead by 3 on aggregate. Lovely pass from Martinez into Jones. 52 seconds remaining in regulation. Timeout, Dynamo Moscow. The lead on the night for Kayseri is 8. The lead on aggregate for Kayseri is 3. A jubilant crowd here at the Kadir Has Arena in this very modern city of Kayseri in Turkey. Beautiful pass from Martinez, and all Jones had to do was the easy thing, laid up. Great recovery from Kayseri, but Dynamo Moscow not dead yet. Coach Vladimir Stam has called timeout. You can almost taste the tension here. Everyone, the flag wavers included, looking up at that clock, looking up at that scoreboard. Remember, Kayseri lost in the final on aggregate last year to another Russian team, Kursk. But Dynamo, they won the competition back in 2007. And they want to win this competition for a second time. Coach Ayhan Avci issuing instructions. This is when a frazzled brain takes over. It's the players who stay cool who are going to come out on top here. And you have to hand it to these three lady officials. They've done a wonderful job tonight. I can't remember anything contentious. Well, 12 for Dynamo Moscow. Veronika Dorosheva has had limited court time at 14. Dorosheva, she's had quite a bit of court time. She comes out, she looks disappointed. Abrosimova looks for Toliver, perhaps. Oh, great hands from Aisha Jones. Some pressure now from Dynamo. That was wonderful defense. The foul, beautiful pass from Martinez, and Aisha Jones is dumped on her backside. She'll go to the foul line, and the lady who's just come on, Dorosheva, well, it's her foul. It's a good foul though. It stopped a certain 2 points, and Aisha Jones will have to work for those 2 points from the line. 35 seconds remaining. Aisha Jones on the foul line, 8 points so far, 6 rebounds, and she hits the first. 74 plays 65, 9 points on the night, 4 points on aggregate. Multi tries to get the crowd more involved. How can they get more involved? Aisha Jones, a deep, deep breath. This for a 10-point lead on the night. Well, she misses the second. It's a 4-point lead on aggregate. Here's Toliver for three. She hits it! Timeout, Kayseri. Wonderful shot there from a wonderful player, Kristi Toliver. 23 points to the number 20. Kayseri's lead is 6, which means they lead by 1 on aggregate. Wow, what a game of women's basketball. 11,000 fans have been gripped from the opening tap, and they still don't know for certain who's going to win the 2012-13 Women's EuroCup. Coach to Kayseri, Ayhan Avci. Look at this three-pointer from Kristi Toliver. A meter, perhaps a meter and a half outside the three-point arc, and she buries her 23rd point. They said at the University of Maryland, she's a player for the clutch. And you have to believe it now. 27 seconds remaining in the fourth period. That beautiful shot there from Kristi Toliver, all string, didn't touch any ironwork whatsoever. 27 seconds remaining. It's a 1-point aggregate lead for Kayseri. And some pressure from Dynamo. This game could still go either way. With Anthony Moltzy telling everybody exactly what they're supposed to do in this clutch situation. Martinez has had a wonderful game for Kayseri. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists to the number 11 for Kayseri. They need her brain to work hard now. Zoe Dimitrikou to inbound. for Kayseri. She finds Martinez with Ilona Korstin. Very, very tight. Martinez. Oh, she lost the ball! Korstin steals it. And Dynamo now lead by 1. Timeout! Martinez upset with herself. Korstin, great steal. How things can change in the matter of a couple of seconds. A wonderful steal there from Ilona Korstin. Look at this. I don't know what Martinez was trying to do there, but Korstin is not going to miss that layup. 74 plays 70, and now Dynamo lead by 1 on aggregate. The only good thing is for Martinez was she didn't foul. Timeout, Kayseri, who now trail by 1 on aggregate. The crowd gone deathly quiet. Well, they had the ball, sideline Kayseri, and they lost it. They now have it sideline in the front court after their timeouts. Dynamo, it's still not over yet. Remember, Dynamo won the first leg by 5. Kayseri are leading the second leg by 4. So that equates to a 1-point aggregate lead for Dynamo. My goodness me. What a game of women's basketball. And Ilona Korstin getting everyone together, telling them exactly what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Are they going to foul? Who are they going to foul? The faces of the Kayseri players? Well, those faces speak volumes. The Dynamo players just making sure they got their instructions right from Coach Stam. Out of bounds with Ivanti Moltzi. Here's Martinez. Doesn't want to lose that ball again. Ivanti Moltzi with Tolliver very, very close. Aisha Jones inside. That's it. That should be it. That's it. Oh my goodness me. What a game from Dynamo Moscow. They win by 1 on aggregate. And they are jumping out of the roof almost. 74 plays 70. Kayseri win on the night, but by only 4.